So that's fine.
Hey there, guys. Nolen Walker, Roofing Webmasters. Uh, Going live here. Hang on just a second. Thank you, man. Here we go. All right, guys. Nolen Walker with Roofing Webmasters. Doing a live middle of the day here. Happy to answer questions. Happy to go over stuff. I'm going to go over a few things anyway. We've been doing marketing for roofers for 15 years. I'm the owner here, Nolen Walker. Owner at Roofing Webmasters, Data Pins Map Ranking app, and all around entrepreneur business guy for a long time. So if anybody has questions, I'm happy to answer them. But I'll just start and go over a few things. Now, we've been working with roofers for I think 15 years now with Roofing Webmasters, and then on top of that, we have been before that, I was a contractor myself, and I didn't make money unless we had good leads and things were working properly. And roofing was a good category. I was in home security and flooring, my family was, but I got pretty good at getting leads in. And the thing that still works the best for a roofer is the big show, we call it, showing up on Google, now Bing, ChatGPT, AI integrated search. So all that stuff is just the best thing you could possibly have. Now, there's a lot of other things you can do. As you can see, I'm on a live here, but the base essentials need to be done as high quality as possible. Most people kind of limp in. And I'm really, when I think about it, and if you think about it, and all the things that could be done, and somebody really just puts up a basic website, tries to get some reviews and kind of hopes for the best. And it's just not really enough nowadays. You might show up in ranking, but you're leaving so much on the table. I think most roofers wouldn't even have to do paid. I don't have any problem with paid, but if they would legitimately exploit everything they could on organic optimization, that would be fabulous, and that'd be all they need. Now, I'm not saying you wouldn't supplement with door knocks and other things, but you might not have to. I mean, I've got guys that'll go door knock a storm, or I know people that door knock a storm, but when you have leads, we followed some that will get, I've had guys get hundreds of calls per day for a week, and 80 calls a day for a week, and then 50 calls a day after a hailstorm, because they were optimized. They didn't have to run out. Not only did they not have to run out, they had to put up folding tables, extra phones, and get family to come help them make it through a hailstorm and have a wonderful time of it. I've had people establish their brands, retire, you name it, for being optimized. And that was just an example of optimization after a hailstorm. So I like door knocking, but seriously, if you're optimized on a hailstorm, you probably don't, because the phone lights up depending on how the hailstorm hit. If it was a micro niche little neighborhood, maybe not. You go knock it, you're going to get some calls, but there weren't enough. But if you get a devastating hailstorm in a market, organic optimization and your digital brand being found is just vastly superior to anything else at that point in time. I like door knocking second to a branded company and digital branded signaling, what you might think of as SEO, because it's the next best, cheapest one, but it's not less expensive than branding your company to show up digitally, because you're still going to door knock and have to hire people, hired in non-owned auto and vans and managers and ZipRecruiter ads, and just the turmoil of the turnover, and also the commission on it on a self-gen deal. So don't hate anything on a lead. I just know which leads return best. And I know that most anybody out there just really doesn't do enough when it comes to getting a digital branded signal. Digital branded signaling for roofers is awesome. And back in the day, I'll give you an example of some stuff I want to talk about. Back in the day, let's just say 20 years ago, local started in 05, no one really jumped on that bandwagon until 08, 2010. And then it kind of became the predominant thing. But you'd have before that print, Money Mailer, Valpak, Yellow Pages, newspapers, radio, TV, billboards. And all of it was really expensive. and you would participate in multiple things when you did that. Now, you can do all these wonderful things today, and people do almost nothing. So they limp in with a website, spend, you could have some pretty good spend, but they don't do much. They have a website, they get a few reviews and a Google account, and they're not participating in a lot of things that could be being done because as the algorithms, and I used to call it like Google, but there's all sorts of algorithms in search. 80% of people that are looking for a home service are going to click on a non-paid item, map rankings, keywords, website links, to your pages, content. And people are just limping in with a cheap website and getting a few reviews and then wondering why things don't work. But you're missing so much stuff. You could be doing stuff like data pins. You could be doing stuff like data pins, map rankings, signaling, not just the review, but the data pin will let Google know where the job was done, even if there wasn't a review, page of content, a technical version of what happened, expanding keywords, unique photos. Of course, you need all the essential high-end stuff like website and updates and changes and citations and some links, and you still need all of that. But people are very one-sided on digital branded signaling. Google might even grab mentions of the company from you door knocking. People looked you up. They might talk about things like see things like direct traffic from Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. And so your brand grows digitally, and then you can get clicks around from that. The basis needs to be done, though. The basics, the essentials. And then the branded signals coming through that. And what I mean by that is you have a website up, you have a verified Google account, you're getting reviews and signal, and then any extra signaling that comes in strengthens the brand more. So you can't just put up a website, have somebody lie to you and say, oh, we're going to do this, that, and the other. Otherwise, you're going to get having to pay for every click, and it gets expensive. So the ROI on a paid ad, on other stuff that's paid, gets expensive and costly for you and makes it hard for you to do business. But if you can show up organically because the digital brand signaling was strong, then it can be fantastic. And most guys just never get there. If I had to do anything today, it'd just be to wake people up to this fact and let them realize that they're really almost doing nothing, but you could do something and have a great life. I like to say that if, for me, I used to probably work legitimately a 60-hour week, sometimes 65-hour weeks. As I got older, I worked 50-hour week, probably work like a 40-hour week where I'm actually working, where I'm at work. But I have another 40 hours, at least 50 hours, where I'm thinking about the business. And I'm either happy and know that I'm doing stuff, or I'm anxious and worried about stuff. The more I do that I know I should be participating in, more money I make, and the better are the quality of thoughts that I have in idle time. So whether I'm waking up in the morning, sipping a cup of coffee, or going to bed at night, or I woke up at 2 a.m., like what occupies my thoughts? And I can tell you that almost every business owner out there, I think, knows they're not marketing enough, and they're also not doing anything about it. So if you can make positive movements towards marketing, not only will you make more money, but you'll literally feel better, and your idle time and thoughts will be better. You'll be dream manifesting instead of negative tripping the future. I don't like it. Negative narrative tripping or negative future tripping is a bad thing to be. You want to be positive, projecting the future and doing that sort of stuff. A lot easier if you're doing everything you should be doing. I don't always want to come in and like pound content and do stuff. Part of it is we're in marketing for people, so I'm always looking for stuff. Do you need to go on lives for yourself? Probably not. Do we need to? Yeah, I need to know and do everything we can. And then as we find anything that'll produce a great return and great digital brand signaling for a roofer, then I bring that to the table and I tell you about it. But our job is to bring those things in for ROI. I'll say something else about ourselves here. Nobody ever really looks at us and says we're full of it or trying to scam somebody. But the industry that I'm in is got so many bad people in it. Everybody's hustling, trying to get your money. There's a lot of differences in roofing webmasters. We're month to month to this day. We have been the whole time. Don't usually take much down. We provide great services. I don't automatically bundle and just start saying you need this or that or this. We're going to paid ads here, paid social there. We might if something looks good, but we keep people dialed in for a good return. I don't automatically just bundle stuff together, ask for a bunch of money down, tie people down on long-term agreements. Very common to do all that kind of stuff, but most of these people don't have resources, skill sets, software they own like data pens. We've got some stuff and some key differences. And favorite thing to do is help people, and then to help people, roofers, keep their brain screwed on straight when it comes to their marketing. A lot of guys just get off track. I mean, you're literally just a digital brand. No matter who you are, who your family is, what you did before, what your family before you in roofing did, lineage. They don't know any of that stuff, probably. Google algorithms that judge you. All they know is digital brand and signaling coming in. I did a podcast the other day. We talked about a fictional character I made up named Joe Buckwild. People love to point fingers at people and say, hey, that guy, I saw him online, but he's no good at this. I saw him, but he's no good at that. You know what that guy does? That guy gets on, puts himself out there, and he's marketing to get a lead to a sale. And he might not be as good of a roofer or marketer, as a good of a service guy, or you don't like this part of his personality. But that guy will dominate eventually and win as time goes on. So, if you've got questions, guys, let me know. I tell you what, if you got anybody got any questions, I will be happy to answer some. So, see here. I'm reading somebody here, but if you got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. I'm going to help you with something because I always feel like I should do this. If somebody's struggling out there, you don't have money to pay, you don't want to do anything, you do need to still get the Google account set up. You do still need reviews, and it's better to do that than nothing. So I don't want to scoff this stuff entirely because you still need this. You still need all these things. It's just so basic that it's hard to get ahead. If you're in Dallas, Texas, we're in Fort Worth. 10,000 roofers. I mean, you can't just limp in with a website and expect to show up in PAC3 mapping, or somebody lies to you on a sale of SEO. But it's still better to have that because you got verified at a location. Google knows where you're located. You attached a little website, even if it's not good, and you started getting a few reviews. So your signals began. Even if you don't get anything from it and you're door knocking and you're working hard, I want you to still work on that stuff and have faith that it's helpful for you, even if you get nothing off of it right then. Because if we personally get some guy has a storm, they door knock it, they get money, and they want to start getting up in ranking, and they come to us and they have a website and they have some reviews and a verified Google account, and we've got something, we can work with that guy, and he's in much better position, much better foundation. Signals of experience, expertise, and authority and trust have started with Google, even though maybe they don't get anything off of it yet, but it's got value. So that's some advice for you. See if we got anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions? Anybody besides a troller that was asking me questions? Anybody besides you? I won't respond. Thick-skinned at 51 years old, guys. Been around a little bit. I don't understand the troller stuff, wasting your time, but maybe you're a bot, a hateful bot. Guys, I will say this too, like, subscribe. I'm going to be doing some lives, working on this stuff. Been doing this for 15 years, roofing webmasters. My name's Nolen Walker. I have data pens. If you got questions, we're going to be doing some lives from time to time. We're also, of course, happy to be of service, happy to help you, happy to work with you. You can call up here, we'll answer questions. 15 years, don't plan on quitting anytime soon. We get better and better at it, in my opinion. Data pens is some pretty darn cool stuff. Datapens.com if you want to check it out. Digital brand and signaling on a level that is awesome. Gives stuff that you just don't normally have. Any questions for me? I'm going to give a second. I just wanted to come on here and do a little live, but I'm happy to answer a question if you got one. I'll give it just a minute. We have a wealth of knowledge around how to get your phone to ring and to work with roofers. I have hand welded PVC, although I did a horrible job of it, sprayed some foam, been on roofs, understand the nature of it. It helps us to optimize you for keywords. Residential, commercial, work with a lot of commercial guys too, trying to do roof coatings, metal roof coatings, anything really. Combined sites, happy to help you. Understand rural areas. A lot of you commercial guys are in a rural market. It's always better if you're in a little city center. You got a little bit of map presence, better than not having anybody around you. All right, guys, like, subscribe, DM questions, ask questions, call with questions. Got any questions, let me know. You got any topics you want me to go over, shoot them to me. I'd be happy to address some stuff as we do these, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.